Hello, everybody. Welcome to Armchair Expert. My name is Dan Shepard.
And I'm Monica Padman.
We're just discussing Monica's desire to be Veronica Mars.
A teen detective. Yeah.
And I said, a gumshoe. And you said,
what's that?
And I said, I don't know why they're called gumshoes, private eyes, maybe because they were very quiet shoes made of gum rubber.
Yeah. And I said, I think it's because they act like a gum sticking to a shoe where you can't see them, but they're there.
And then I said, oh, what if the shoes are picking up facts because they're sticky?
So many options. I'm sure one of you teen detectives will tell us.
You know, they do these reboots of previous concepts, and maybe Rob Thomas should launch a new Ron Mars with you.
Well, he is launching a new Ron Mars with Kristen.
That's the same one.
It's the same one, yeah. But the problem is I'm no longer a teen. I could play one, though.
I'm staring at you wondering if that's true. You certainly look much younger than your age, but teen?
I know. I think I could.
With the right ponytails and...
Yeah, with some double braids in and no makeup.
And like a pencil in your ear and a calculator in your hand.
Sure, and a sign that says I'm 15.
Right, a shirt that says high school rules.
Yeah.
You're right. Maybe you could. Well, before we even talk about who we're going to talk about, thanks so much for the wild success of Good Place Week. A lot of armchairies tuned in.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
And we really didn't know if there was going to be an appetite for 4 episodes in 1 week. And to our delight, a lot of people checked out.
They enjoyed it.
Yeah, makes us happy and encourages us maybe that we'll pick up the pace a little bit.
Yeah.
Or not. The way you said, yeah, I was like, or not.
Well,
you go, yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation about it.
Today we're going to talk to Wendi McLendon-Covey. She's on the Goldbergs. She also was a scene stealer in Bridesmaids. But for me, personally, she'll always be the person I was in the Sunday company at the Groundlings with, who I wrote a really ridiculous Steely Dan sketch with. She'll always occupy that little niche in my heart.
Of your old stomping grounds.
Well, particularly trying to combine my love for Steely Dan and comedy.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Very hard.
Uh-huh.
When writing sketches, you're always trying to kind of incorporate what you just genuinely loved. And it wasn't always possible because you're teasing it.
Yeah, that's true. Do you want to tell us about the sketch?
Well, the premise of the sketch was someone was going to win tickets to see Steely Dan. It was like a radio contest you had to submit a video for about how big of a Steely Dan fan you were. And of course, we were the ultimate Steely Dan fans. And we invited Steely Dan, any of the members of Steely Dan, they were invited to enjoy an all-access pass with my wife.
Uh-huh.
And is what she said, which included a backstage pass.
Oh, that's funny.
You know what? It was a 6, if I'm being honest. We shot the whole thing and edited it. It was a video.
It was a video sketch.
In fact, I have it around the house. I should show it to you.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
I bet I could even play the audio from that weird fucking thing on this podcast. All right, this intro is much longer than anyone signed up for, so please enjoy my good friend, Wendi McLendon-Covey. We get support from Quince.
Have you been wearing the Quince linen shirts?
Yeah, I've been wearing them a suspicious amount. Yeah, European linen ones, they're $34, which is genuinely insane for how nice they are.
It doesn't even make sense.
Well, here's the deal. They work directly with the factories, cut out all the middlemen, so you're paying for the actual quality and not some brand's marketing budget. Everything's 50 to 80% less than comparable stuff. I love it because it's all very classic and traditional, and I know I'm going to be able to keep it for a very long time, and the quality's off the charts.
That's true. The style is very consistent. Whatever you get there, you walk down the street, you're going to look good. They have these lightweight cotton sweaters, which I love for when it cools down at night. It's nice drape around your shoulders in the summer and then throw it on when it gets a little cool. And it's not just clothes. They do home stuff, ding, 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 travel stuff, everyday essentials. It's all the same model, quality without the markup.
Make your summer wardrobe easier. Go to quince.com/Dax for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/Dax for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Dax. This episode is supported by Helix. All right, let's talk about something we both really care deeply about, sleep.
It's the most important thing. I've had my Helix mattress for years now, and I genuinely think it's one of the best investments you can make for your home. Mine still feels just like it did when I first got it.
Well, that's the thing. It's not one of those mattresses that caves in after 6 months. These things are built to last. And, I'm a side sleeper. I ordered a side sleeper, and I get hot, so I have cooling. And I can't tell you how much more comfortable it is to be in there, not sweating and tossing and turning.
Cooling is really important. I've read that you're supposed to sleep a little bit cold. So I also have cooling. And they have over 20 models, so it's not a one-size-fits-all situation. You just go take their quiz, and they match you to what actually works for your body.
Plus, they've got cooling upgrades, which heading into summer, non-negotiable.
Truly.
Go to helixsleep.com/armchair for 20% off. That's helixsleep.com/armchair for 20% off. Make sure you enter our show name after checkout so they know we sent you. helixsleep.com/armchair.
He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert.
Wendi, welcome to Armchair Expert. This is very fun for me. I hope it is for you as
I
well.
am thrilled. I'm thrilled. Thank you for having me.
But we're old friends.
We are.
And
do
I
you want to
haven't
tell
seen
everybody
you.
how we're friends?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Well, you tell them.
So you and I were in the Sunday company together at the Groundlings Theater. And for those who don't know, the Groundlings it's like a comedy boot camp, I guess.
Sure.
For sketch and writing. And we were in the Sunday company, meaning every Sunday we did a show. So our entire lives were built around shopping for costumes and writing
wigs,
shows.
And then memorizing stuff. It's virtually it's Saturday Night Live, but live in lo-fi.
Yes.
Low quality.
Yes.
Low something. Low production value. But I was just with Jess yesterday, Jess Rowland.
Yes.
Who loves you.
I miss him so much. Yeah.
I was under the mistaken belief we had been in one of the levels together, but we weren't. You started Sunday Company 6 months before I got in, right?
Right.
With
right.
Jess.
And so 6 months is significant. Every 6 months, like a bell goes off and you either get voted in or you stay in the Sunday Company or you leave.
They show you the door.
They show you the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They showed me that door after a year of the Sunday Company.
And yet,
here we are.
Are you upset about that? I think it was okay.
No,
I think you've done quite well for yourself, and I think I'm
now over it. But I took it very hard because, as you just pointed out, it is your whole life. You can't be successful there and have sketches in the show without writing 5 to 7 sketches a week.
Exactly.
And then you put them all up on Wednesday night. You're there for 10 hours doing sketches, and then you're shopping for weird costumes the next 2 days, and then you're learning the show, and then you're doing it on Sunday, and then the whole thing starts again on Monday.
Right.
And if you don't care a lot about that, there's no way you can do that work, right?
Yeah, there's no reason to do it because, there's lots of other, whenever I hear someone say, I just did it for fun, I think, honey, there's so many other ways to have fun that are not expensive and are not such a mind fuck. But some people, it's a great program for learning and really being disciplined. Some people really thrive with it. Other people, it's just not the place for them.
Yes.
And some people stay there way too long.
Sure. But first and foremost, I have a ton of respect for the place. It also taught me everything I know about writing, and I started directing there, making shorts. I mean, you and I made a short video in 2002, I guess, or something.
Yeah, we did.
So I love the place. But I think you and I are similar. Maybe I'm wrong. We were surrounded by a lot of people that kind of worked a lot during that phase, right?
Yeah.
Like Larry Dorff was in a million commercials, and a lot of the people in that program, either in the Sunday Company or the main company, They worked quite a bit.
Right.
And they made paychecks from acting.
Yes, they did.
I didn't make any paychecks from acting.
I didn't either.
No,
not during that time.
Yeah, we had that in common.
Yeah.
And so to me, it's not like if I got kicked out, like, oh, that's fine. I'm in commercials and making a living.
Right.
I was like, no, what now? Because
Yeah.
that's all I have. That's my only foot in the acting world is that stage.
Right.
And I don't know, what was your goal there? Because I had this crazy idea I was trying to get to Saturday Night Live. That's what I thought I was there for.
Okay.
Did you have an idea?
My whole thing was I'm going to do this until they kick me out, and I'll see what happens. But they never kicked me out.
Yes, they
so
didn't.
that
Nor
was
should they
nice.
have.
But I also didn't have an agent for a long time, and it would drive me crazy because everyone was going out for these auditions, and I wasn't even getting the chance, and it would devil me. So right as I got in the company, I thought I should give this up. I'm not getting anywhere. I should just take my headshots and throw them off the end of the pier.
This is an expensive hobby.
Yeah, this is a very expensive hobby. And maybe I'm just too old. Maybe I'm not talented.
I hope you never thought that.
Oh, I thought maybe I'm only good here. You know,
that obviously
like maybe I'm just in this little bubble, and some people are very comfortable there and they stay in that bubble, and they're like, look, as long as I can hear applause in this little place, that's good for me.
Well, that got me through 10 years of frustration with not working as an actor. Going there on Sunday and entertaining 100 people was winding myself for a year.
It's the best drug.
It is.
It really is. It really is.
Yeah, because it is, as we said, as we complained, it's a lot of hard work.
Yes.
But then, man, Sunday night, it just doesn't get better than that.
It really doesn't. It really doesn't. But yeah, I thought, Saturday Night Live, that might be fun. And I had two managers at one point.
Oh, great. You doubled up on...
No. Separate time, who assured me that they could just walk me right through the front door.
Yeah.
And that never happened. I never got the chance to audition for that. But it's fine. Because after a while, it was like, sketch comedy. I don't know.
Well, now you can have that.
This in it.
You can have that point of view now because it all worked out.
Yeah.
But when it's not working out, it's hard to have that perspective. It was for me.
Yeah.
But here's what I told myself. I'm curious what you told yourself.
Yeah.
So I wasn't getting any of these commercials. I didn't have an agent. No, I was bad when I went and met with agents. Like just the whole thing I was doing poorly somehow.
Right.
And so when I finally got an agent, and then I just simply couldn't book a commercial, no matter how many auditions I went on. This was my explanation as I was like, well, I'm not handsome enough to be the guy in the chewing gum commercial with his shirt off by the pool. And then I'm not character looking enough either to be the guy that's getting shit on by the world and renting a car at Avis. Like I just felt like I was neither, like that they wanted some of the extremes. And then I just wasn't either of those extremes. Again, this is just a weird narrative. I needed some explanation for why I simply couldn't book anything. Did you have a narrative of why other people were working and you weren't?
Yeah, I did. I thought, well, I'm just too weird.
I'm
too weird to be on a regular TV show. And I'm not pretty enough to be the pretty girl, and I'm not ugly enough to be the ugly girl. Okay, but I am weird. So that maybe that can be my niche, but that number's not going to come up a lot.
Yes.
But honestly, Dax, knowing what you know now, do you feel that maybe you didn't book commercials because you're not someone that an ad agency can push around? Do you feel that you bring an assuredness into the room that's not like, look, this is...
Shut up and eat the cereal.
I'm going to eat the cereal, and this is how I eat cereal. This is how a human eats cereal, and I'm not going to be told otherwise.
I think my weird little bells would go off when I was in those commercials because auditions. Because you went on a ton, I would assume. Did you, or did you skip
I did
that?
for a little bit, and then I said, I can't do this anymore. I'm not booking them.
Yeah,
I hate doing these auditions. So why don't I just take that piece of the pie away?
Well, and I don't know that people, like a general American public, knows what these commercial auditions are. A high percent, and Monica, who's still in the thick of it, can back us up here. A high percentage of them, you walk into a room with three strangers and they go, you're at a party and you're dancing to hip hop, go. And then now you're dancing to a song that's not playing with three strangers that you're best friends with that you met 1 second ago.
Right.
It just, you couldn't fast forward into Awkwardville faster than these commercial auditions.
Put on top of that, someone's checking their phone. Someone's looking at you with obvious disdain. And someone in the waiting room has tried to sidle up to you and kind of psych you out of your whole thing. There's a lot of psychic warfare going on in the audition space.
You're 100% right, because I think you could make a generalization that everyone in that cattle call room is not where they want to be.
Right.
And they're feeling insecure and scared. I was. And
They're
so
trying to get out of there before they get another parking ticket.
yes, they're losing money hand over fist in this endeavor.
Yeah.
And then the way a lot of people compensate for that is to kind of brag. So quite often I found people would sit next to me and then I'd hear about everything they had done in the last year and a half. And I'm like, that's awesome. I've done nothing. You're probably going to get this.
Right. Exactly.
Good for you.
Good for you.
But it is a demoralizing. And did you do this? It'd be like, out. So TGI Fridays. Out here, it's Monday. In here, it's Friday, right? That was one of the auditions I had. And I did it in the room and they gave me like 3 cracks at it. I just couldn't get it. And then I would get in my Honda Civic and I'd shut the door and I'd go, out here, it's Monday. In here, it's Friday. And I would do it perfect in my car. And then I would hate myself for 5 minutes going, gee, man, why can't you fucking do it the way you do it in your car? Monica, do you ever do that?
Yeah, I do it all the time. But I also think it's changed a lot. The landscape has changed. People aren't doing that as much in the room because everyone's on their phone.
Yes. Okay.
So no one's all that interested in, I'm not. Okay. I am not paying attention to anyone else sitting there.
Oh, so the people that are waiting to go in are no longer interacting.
Correct.
Okay. Oh, that's comforting.
Yeah, it is.
I actually, well, now maybe I'll try this again. Okay, go on.
Or unless they pair you, sometimes they will pair you to do something together. And then you have to talk to that person and engage. But also now, which would definitely change for you guys, they really love if you improvise something well in there.
Which is totally new. I was always in trouble for that.
That's a problem. That I find.
Because tell me why.
Because when you improv in an audition, what they do is they co-opt it and pass it off as their writing later.
Yes.
And you don't get anything for it.
Yep. That's happened to me in an actual commercial I saw on television. They hired a guy way better looking than me, and he said the weird thing I had said.
Oh my gosh, that's still happening. And what are you going to do? Go to court? You can't prove it.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, that's happened to me too.
I think I've said that. I know I've said it on here, but at any rate, do you remember my Wilford Brimley sketch?
Yes.
Okay, he was
Dax does a delightful Wilford Brimley, and I hope you gift us with an impression later. But go on.
America's going to be cold and what is it? It's going to be cold and snowy this year. So warm your little ones up with an extra thick bowl of Quaker Oats.
Say diabetes. Diabetes.
If you or a loved one's got diabetes, get your blood sugar checked regularly.
But I had this Wilford Brimley sketch, and I was quite confident. I was probably the only person in comedy doing Wilford Brimley material. And then I turned on Saturday Night Live, and lo and behold, there was a Wilford Brimley sketch while mine was running. And it doesn't
really?
Yes. And it doesn't matter if this is real or not.
Yeah.
What matters is in my mind, there were Groundlings who worked on Saturday Night Live as staff writers. They saw this, maybe not even intentionally, but they pitched John Goodman this sketch, and it gets on Saturday Night Live. And I was so wound up about it. And someone pulled me aside and gave me amazing advice. And they said, I can see you're wound up about this, and maybe you're even thinking about approaching the Groundlings to bring this up or whatever. I would only say if that's your last great idea, then fucking pursue this to the top of the hill. If you think you have endless great ideas, then just keep it moving. And I weirdly, because I don't take advice well, I listen to that person and I try to remind myself of that all the time. It's like, if you've got one good idea in your life, then you better go to court over this.
Yeah.
But if you're an endless well of creativity, then who gives a fuck if Hardee's takes your improv?
That's really the only way to look at it. Otherwise, you're going to go insane. We can admit that it happens, and that's unfortunate that other people have to do that. But you're right.
I'll give a more frustrating example, which I guarantee you've participated in. In a movie, quite often you rehearse the scene a few times while blocking before the cameras are rolling, and then you might improv something in rehearsal. And then they will start pointing cameras at certain actors, and you might not be the first. In general, at the beginning of your career, you're not the first person they point a camera at. You're the last person. And so I've had lines that I improv'd either in rehearsal or in the master or whatever that then another actor who's more popular than me has taken, and then that ends up in the movie. Has that happened to you?
Yes.
How's that feel?
It has. And wow, that's a tough one. And there's not anything you can do about it.
Yes. And when I was getting very frustrated on the specific movie that it happened on, I had to really recognize that you and I had come from a background where that was just absolutely forbidden at the Groundlings. There's a comedic integrity that you would never take someone's funny thing and write it a week later.
Right.
So we had some rules. But if you're just an actor and everyone's playing, I don't know. I could just see where it's different for them than it was for me.
Yeah.
Very hard to get to that part.
Very, very hard. And then, wait, hold on. Let me backtrack.
Yeah,
you
we'll back
were
it up.
getting into Punk'd, right? Right as
I got
Groundlings
kicked
was
out.
ending.
Yes. And then I think around the exact same time you got Reno 911. Is that?
Yeah. Something like that. It was very soon after I was called into, because someone saw me subbing for another actor in a show, in a stage show. So that was my lucky thing that happened. Right as I was about to, like I said, throw my headshots over the pier because why are we doing this? So that was nice. And that was wonderful validation. And then after that, I got an agent who sucked and got a manager who also sucked. But, the things started lining up a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah.
And also after such a long period of starving, very little makes you feel pretty darn good for a while, right? Like you're just delighted to have a place to report to work.
Right. And I got to say, I was never starving because I always had a survival job. So at the time I was working at Long Beach State editing a social work journal. And I did that until 2012.
Well, and before we even get into when you start working, I want to point out how your trip through the Groundlings was unique in itself, because we were all, in general, single or not in something serious.
Right.
We all lived in 1-bedroom apartments.
Right.
We lived in Hollywood, or I lived in Santa Monica.
Yeah.
But you were fully married and had a home in Long Beach-ish area. So it was, that in itself was, you were not like out prowling that's not a word, prowling, either prowling or, you weren't out on the town as like a young 20s Hollywood person.
No, I wasn't.
You had a foundation.
Yeah.
And that was very rare.
It was rare. And what was also rare is that my husband was the only person who ever encouraged this nonsense.
Really?
Yeah.
Meaning your family thought.
My family
Wendy,
thought,
what are you doing?
What are you doing? We did not raise you to do this. This is embarrassing for the whole family. Why? Why are you doing this?
You guys were Baptists?
Yeah.
Okay, so was it, what element bothered them about it? Like that it was some kind of an egomaniacal pursuit to begin with, or what was the sticky thing?
Well, a lot of it was just so far outside of their comfort zone. They didn't know what to do. Because my mom got married at 17.
That's how it should be.
And didn't have to, if you know what I'm saying.
Sure.
She was not pregnant.
Okay.
But she went to high school on the day of her wedding. Okay. And so she had babies by the time she was 20. That was her experience. And she, had most of her life lived within 10 miles, so
you're also weirdly from California, which is unique in this endeavor.
And so that's weird. And it's also still weird that I still live
in your hometown,
in my hometown down the street from my parents.
Yeah.
That's how much that rubbed off on me. But so when I first did Reno, they were not pleased.
Oh, they weren't, because of the tone of it?
Not pleased. My mother wrote me a letter.
Oh, gee.
And so did my grandpa. Again, these are people that live down the street. Wrote me a letter saying, I am so disappointed in you. I want you to quit that show right now. I don't like these people. I don't like what you've become. How dare you? How dare you?
Wow.
Now, I think most people who watched that show understood that it was not a reality show.
Yeah, I hope so.
That I really hope so.
Yeah. Maybe a few folks on mushrooms were channel surfing and got confused.
And bless those people and their caregivers. But mom was like, we didn't raise you like this. You are smoking pot. You're talking badly. You know, my grandpa wrote me a note saying, I can't even look at you.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
It was ugly.
Now, but thank God you weren't 21 when you got those letters, right?
Right. I was 32.
Yeah. So
at that point I said, well, you're not allowed to do this to me. It hurt. It really hurt. I live in fear still of disappointing my parents, but that was ridiculous. And I've set my boundaries and whatever. But as time goes by, I will tell them, hey, don't go see this movie. You're not going to like it. And if you do see it, I don't want to hear about it.
Now, are they hypocritical in that did they not like comedies themselves? Or did they have favorite comedies?
Oh, no, they loved comedy, but it was just seeing their daughter do it. And honestly, I really feel it was just a parent's thing of people are going to think we raised her to say these things.
Well, that's what I think I want to hone in on is I would imagine they had some fear that they would be embarrassed around town.
Yes.
That you were acting like
in the church
druggie.
Yes.
Yeah.
When in reality, no one's paying that much attention to my parents to criticize their parenting.
By the way, they're either not watching Reno 911 at all because they're unaware of it, or they watch it, which means they like it. So there's really zero risk of it going sideways.
Yeah. So that was quite a mind fuck.
Well, because although let me ask you this, they were probably very proud that you had a job at a college.
Yes, they were very proud.
Yeah.
And very excited that, I've never asked for money. All their other friends have, the kids have either gotten badly into debt or had to move back home or, terrible things that have happened. Me and my sister, we've never asked for anything. And so now as time has gone by, they say, oh, okay, you guys are both weirdos, but
you're self-sufficient
weirdos, and you don't rub off on, you don't embarrass us out in the world.
Every time I meet parents who have 20 plus something children, my first question to them is, are they off the payroll? And most often they're not.
Yeah.
I think it is pretty standard.
Yeah. These days, especially. Yeah. There's no guarantee you're going to get a job out of college.
Yeah. So when they didn't want you to pursue it, what was your reaction to it? Was it, I'll show you? Was it like, at what level did you want them to be proud of you? Or conversely, fuck you, look, I did it. Like what do you remember having a motivation one way or another?
Yeah, I remember I was working at this shitty hotel near Disneyland and hating my life. And I didn't understand what I wanted to do. I mean, I did know, but I didn't know how to go about it. And I just thought, is this my life? I'm going to work 9 to 5 in this shitty hotel and just look forward to the weekends. Is that what my life is going to be? I'm going to look forward to my 2:00 Twix just to break up the day. So that's when my best friend and I started taking class at the Groundlings and kind of gave us something to look forward to. But after that, and after I got in the company, got an agent, blah, 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 I thought, you know what? I love doing this. And maybe I won't make any money.
Right.
Maybe I won't. And maybe I will throw my headshots off the pier. But I have to keep doing this because now that I know what this is, it has to be in my life.
Yeah, you took the green pill or whatever the Matrix analogy is.
Exactly. So I just sort of committed to, I'm always going to have something this fun in my life to look forward to. And if I don't, I'm going to go crazy.
And as you already said, what's awesome is you have Greg, who has a stable job, and he's very supportive of you doing this because he recognizes it makes you happy. And
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
And now,
And
we just had our 22-year anniversary. It seems to be working out.
Yeah, that's
But
bonkers.
like I'm able to give back to him in a way that I'm really happy I can do. Because I mean, he worked 2 jobs at one point to get me through college and the Groundlings.
Yeah, he's a real sweetheart.
He is. Thank you for saying that.
And
Thank
one
you for
thing,
saying that.
even like when I was thinking the other day that we would be talking, I was thinking what's unique in your situation is the general trajectory of a dude who's married and then gets famous and makes a lot of money is he ditches that first wife. I mean, it's
true.
sad to say, but that is
it's true.
That's a very well-worn path that is taken. And you did not do that.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is that a personal integrity thing? Is it a male-female thing? Do you have weird fantasies where like, well, maybe I could be with George Clooney in Lake Como? Like, because all of our egos are tricky as hell, right?
Yeah, but the thing is like, I'm so spoiled by him that it doesn't occur to me to look elsewhere. Honestly, no one would put up with my ass.
Okay. All
okay.
right, so-
I am a pain in the ass. I'm emotional. I'm moody.
Okay.
But I'm entertaining.
Sure. On the
and
highs.
I fight fair. Yeah, on the highs. I am nothing but fun. But like, he's just mine, and I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to be bad.
Yeah. That's good.
I don't.
But you have an ego like all human beings,
Yeah.
do you not?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Let me just, I'll just say for myself, I'm you. Yes, Gregette in my scenario has been so lovely, right? But then I think, wow, if Natalie Portman came on to me, boy, that would feel really good to be liked by her.
Right.
I would minimally have some fantasies about, just, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think maybe, well, first of all, it's just you're a good person. And I'm probably not as good of a person as you, but
No, I don't think so.
I just
don't
think
that's true.
it's admirable, I would say.
Well, thank you.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
This episode is brought to you by SoFi, the all-in-one finance app where you can bank, borrow, and invest all in one place.
Let's talk bank accounts for a second. The average bank savings rate is 0.39% in interest. You're earning pennies on your savings, but it does not have to be that way.
With SoFi high yield checking and savings, the money barely making moves sitting in your savings account can earn over 8 times the national average savings rate with eligible direct deposit.
No account or overdraft fees, which feels rare these days. You can get your paycheck up to 2 days early, perfect for getting ahead of a bill or grabbing what you need right when you need it.
Plus, get up to a $300 welcome bonus when you sign up with eligible direct deposit. Sign up for SoFi checking and savings at SoFi.com/armchair. SoFi checking and savings is offered through SoFi Bank N.A. member FDIC. Terms apply.
Confidence. It's listening to your gut. It's moving forward even when the path ahead is unclear. For nearly 160 years, Pacific Life has helped people keep their promises, building confidence for generations. Whether you're confident in your financial future or just beginning to envision it, we're here to help. Ask a financial professional how. Pacific Life, the power of a promise. Pacific Life Insurance Company, Omaha, Nebraska, and in New York, Pacific Life and Annuity, Phoenix, Arizona.
Now back to the hotel in Anaheim, because my grandparents ran a roadside motel on the border of Indiana and Michigan, in Sturgis, Michigan. And my grandma had the privilege of finding a couple dead bodies, which is kind of standard practice if you're running a motel.
It kind of is, yeah.
So I'm curious, what capacity did you work at the hotel, and did you deal with any homicides or?
Let's see. Well, I'll tell you this, and I'm trying to write a show about this hotel as well. I never dealt with anything dead. I worked in corporate sales, which is a fancy way of saying I tried to solicit business people to come and stay at our shitty hotel
And-
that was just far enough away from Disneyland to be inconvenient.
Okay, right. No upside.
No, if you wanted a view of the El Torito or the rock breaking factory next door, we could give you that.
And if you love dealing with the Disney traffic en route to our hotel,
Yes.
this is for you.
Yes. If you want a 3-mile drive that takes an hour and a half, come stay with us.
Look no further.
Look no further.
Oh,
yeah.
so you weren't really dealing with like people coming to the front desk and going like, I just
Thank God,
fucked
no.
up my toilet and
I heard all that
but I
stuff
think I need a
secondhand.
mop first.
Yeah, I think we need to call a surveyor and maybe
A guy with a plumb bob.
a hazmat company. Yeah, I didn't have to deal with that. Thank
Okay.
goodness.
But you
Yeah.
would hear things through the rumor mill
Yes, yes. And there's always hookers.
there. Sure.
Always. I don't care where the hotel is. I don't care how upscale or down market it is. There are hookers at every hotel.
You can count on.
God bless the working girls.
Yeah.
Okay. They're just trying to
Eke out
go
a
to
living.
computer classes and feed their kids.
That's right. That's
know?
right. Their parents too
Their
probably
parents,
aren't
too.
stoked with their
Come
life
on.
choice. They did their wrestling with that.
You know
Okay,
what?
so there were a lot of
Yeah.
hookers,
Uh-huh.
and was there effort made by the hotel to get rid of them, or they were like, you know what, this is good for business?
I don't think there was an effort to get rid of them because that's just fruitless.
Okay.
You can't get rid of them.
They can't be gotten rid of.
And listen, if they pay their bill,
Yeah.
and they always do, what are you going to do? You can't govern what goes on in the room,
I have the most
really, unless there's a homicide. Okay.
inappropriate story that just popped into my head about a sexual experience I had at a hotel.
Really?
Monica knows this story. I didn't tell Kristen this for maybe 9 years we were together before I said this had happened. But I was working on a movie in New Mexico.
Okay.
I don't go to strip clubs.
Okay.
It's not my thing, simply because the reason I like sex is I like approval.
Uh-huh.
And paying for approval, something's lost
It
for
is
me.
weird.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
it's
you
weird.
like me because I gave you money. It doesn't fill the hole I'm looking to fill.
Okay.
But we were shooting all nights. And so on our weekends, we were keeping those hours. And quite literally, the only thing open in Albuquerque was these strip clubs. So I went on several occasions with different cast members from the movie.
Okay.
And on one of these trips, I met a nice gal. And we exchanged numbers.
A gal, he says. Go on.
And this gal decided to come over to the hotel. There were moments where she was supposed to get there at 2 a.m. And I was like, cool, let's do this. At 3 a.m, she still wasn't there. I'm starting to rethink it. By 4 a.m, I'm like, I'm out. I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
But it's 4 a.m. There's nothing I want to do at 4 a.m. And she finally showed up. She had a humongous bag of McDonald's, and then she wanted to take a bath. And then I'm like, oh my goodness, now we're taking a bath. Okay, I mean, I'm not taking a bath. She's taking a bath.
Right.
We're now banging on the door of 6 a.m. And I'm like, I don't want to have sex with anybody at 6 a.m. as
No.
the sun's coming up.
Yeah.
I just met, whatever. But I've invited her over, and we're going to do that. So we do that. Now, the hotel we were staying at had a free breakfast.
Okay.
And we got it every morning when we got off work after shooting all night long. The whole crew, right? We'd go eat breakfast, and it was great.
Yeah.
Well, when the gal showed up, she had a roll-on bag. I guess she had her costumes from the strip club or whatever in this
Sure.
roll-on bag. And so it was a little weird when I opened the door and she had luggage, because I thought, oh, is she planning on staying for a long time? Whatever.
Yeah.
That's neither here nor there. We do things. She ends up leaving at 7:30 in the morning or whatever. Okay.
Oh, boy.
The next day I go to work, then get off work. Then we all go to get this free breakfast. And when we try to enter the dining room for the free breakfast, they want a hotel key. And I say, that's weird. You guys want to see our hotel key? I'm not used to doing that. I don't even know if I have mine on me. And the guy goes, oh, we got to start checking for keys, because yesterday morning a woman was posing as a guest. And had a roll-on bag, and he described my lover.
Oh, my.
And what I found out was that this gal left my room. She had just had a huge bag of McDonald's like an hour before coitus, left my room, and then stopped by the free buffet and was eating it, presumably pancakes and whatnot.
Right.
And then they asked her if she was a guest, and she wasn't. And they thought she had this bag as a prop. So at any rate, I changed the entire policy at this Embassy Suites.
Oh,
through my
you
negligence.
don't mess with Embassy Suites.
No,
that
no,
breakfast is a courtesy.
So I'm sorry I hijacked your interview.
No.
It popped into my mind.
That's delightful.
I wasn't at my best.
Okay.
I was lonely. I was
Yeah.
shooting nights, and there were a lot of things where that gal gave me comfort, and then she did then try to get a free breakfast out of the deal,
Okay.
and then the policy was changed.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think we've learned a lot. We've learned a lot. Well, first of all, night shoots. They mess with your head, and you find yourself doing weird things that you wouldn't do. Night shoots are really soul crushing. They really are.
They're soul crushing, and it gives you a great appreciation for the many American men and women who are working nights. It really fucks up because I would get off work, and by the way, I was only a year sober at that point, so it was bringing back these really visceral memories of being up all night long doing drugs and coming out home while the sun was up. So I was just I was in a bad space just in general.
Right.
Yeah, at the Embassy Suites for a couple months. And I needed some
attention. A couple of months. That hurts my heart, Dax.
Anywho,
honey.
okay. So you're doing the Groundlings, and then you do well there, and you get Reno 911.
Yeah.
And you do that for a few years, right?
I was on it for 5 seasons. It ran for 6 seasons. Yeah.
Okay. And you were you fulfilled during that period, or did you start setting your sights? Because again, our mind is so quick to readjust. Like, oh, I kill to just be on this, and then when you're on it, you're like, oh, I guess maybe I'd also kill to be. Were you calibrating like what you wanted to do next?
Yeah, I was, because you have to think 3 moves ahead always, and.
Like the gal who visited my room. I got to remember to bring my bag so I look like a hotel customer so I can get that free breakfast.
Stock up for later. Yeah.
But yeah, 3 moves ahead.
3 moves ahead. And while Reno was really fun, it was basic cable, so it didn't pay a lot of money.
Right.
And we shot the show so fast that, I was, we'd work for 3 weeks and then be off for a year. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So you have to fill your time. And again, I had my side hustle. I was editing that journal, and that gave structure to my days. But I thought, well, I have to sow seeds so I can keep this going, because I don't want to go backwards now.
Yeah. Well, you're not a cookie cutter star.
No,
it's not like you go, oh, this person should do X, Y, or Z. You have to truly understand your unique talent and what you do so well.
And you have to get in rooms and show people
the goods.
What, nobody wants dessert until you parade the dessert cart by. Yeah. So you have to parade that cart by all the time.
Right.
And then they say, oh, that looks good. I mean, don't you find that to be true?
Yeah. Well, out of sight, out of mind. I'm guilty of this all the time myself. I'll be casting something that I'm making, and I'm just totally forgetting someone that I think is brilliant. And then I run into them 2 years later and like, why didn't you put? And I'm like, I don't know why. I should have. Yeah. I literally, you weren't in my mind in that moment in time.
Yeah. So you as the actor have to take the responsibility of getting your butt in certain rooms, and you have to strategize, and it's work. It's a lot of work.
Yes. So. And that's something that I will also, and then we'll move on from it. I would say there were a handful of really hard workers at the Groundlings. There were some people that were they were so funny, they couldn't help but be funny. And they could really just kind of get by getting cast in other people's sketches. They didn't have to write a ton, whatever. Right. You worked incredibly hard. I will say that. So
and you worked incredibly hard.
I like to think I did.
Yeah, you did. You did.
I'm not that great at evaluating myself accurately in that period. But yeah, you were a very, very hard worker. So in between Reno 911 and for me, the next big thing is Bridesmaids. But there's work in between there. There's years go by in between there. And you're just steadily plodding along, or are there highs and lows?
Plodding along, doing guest spots and whatever, which I was always happy to do. And I didn't know this, but it's kind of looked down upon. Like if you are starring in a show and then that show goes away, for you to do guest spots, it's kind of frowned upon. Like, oh, well, why would you do that? Why are you going backwards? But I never had those credits.
Right.
So I had to fill in, and I was happy to do it. Like waitress number 2, are you kidding me? Bring it. I'm happy. I'm very happy to do this. So there was one year where I thought, oh, what the hell am I doing? What am I going to do? Should I teach? I don't want to.
Right.
But I tried teaching at the Groundlings. I tried
really?
training there and found that I am not good at it. I am terrible at teaching.
It's good to know about yourself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because Jess, who we talked about, Jess, by his own admission, not a great improver.
Oh, really?
I've gone to an improv class that he taught.
Yeah.
Brilliant teacher of improv.
Really?
Yes. Knew those rules inside and out. I had forgotten half of them. He knew them like inside and out. He was great
good
at
for
motivating
him.
people and encouraging them. And he was just a brilliant teacher. And I thought, oh, well, that's an interesting paradox there.
Interesting. Jess Rowland, a true unicorn.
I've had him on this podcast to sing Pippi Longstrump in Swedish.
In
so people are
Swedish.
pretty familiar with him. Yeah.
6'7", redheaded kid.
Talk about needing...
Plays basketball and dances like a champion. You know, he could cheerlead and
dunk on
kick
you.
your ass. Yeah. Oh, he's amazing.
So
Yeah.
what year does Reno end and what year is Bridesmaids?
Let's see. Reno ended for me in 2007, I think. And right around that time, we had the first table read for Bridesmaids.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we did the table read for that like 3 years before it filmed.
Oh,
so
okay.
that was weird. That shows your listeners how long things take sometimes. Yeah. So we shot that in 2010 and no one thought it was going to be anything. I mean,
who's going to go see girls be funny?
who's going to see a bunch of girls,
Yeah.
you know, just girling around and being all girly.
Talking about their menstrual cycles and God knows
just
what.
bleeding all over everything. And
But did
eating
you have a
chocolate.
fear, having been a part of it? So if you did a table read 3 years before it shot, at any point did you go like, oh, well, they let me read that role because we're all friends. But now that it's getting real and a studio's involved, they're going to ditch me. Did you have any of those fears?
Yeah, absolutely. And I thought, but at least they let me read it.
Oh, what a good attitude.
You know,
that was really your...
Because that is my attitude is I don't want anything that doesn't want me back. So if it's mine, it's going to come to me. There's nothing I can do to stop it.
That's
you know?
Monica's got a great piece of advice her grandma gave her
Tell
that
us.
she gave us, which is love the thing that loves you back.
My grandma didn't give it, but that is my piece of advice.
Who gave
That
it
is
to
I
you?
true.
just want it to be my
Her
grandma.
grandma's so fucking hot. It's
He loves my
unbelievable.
grandma.
Really?
She's a stone cold 10.
She
Damn.
was. She was. She's an old grandma now, but what she
But
used to be
obviously
attractive-
still got some swagger.
She's got
if
something.
Dax is mentioning it.
He hasn't seen her in the flesh.
A lot of people, if they had a time machine, they would go back in time and kill Hitler. And I would
Okay.
go straight to India, 1939, and I would try to woo her away from her grandpa.
Wow.
Changed the course of all of our lives.
I'd be so proud of
That's
you.
a
You're my granddaughter,
compliment.
though. If I had a granddaughter as good as you, who's
Thanks.
so smart, I'd be so happy.
I love this conversation.
Yeah.
I love where this is
It's a
going.
weird one.
I like it.
Love the thing that loves you back. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
my advice. I heard it somewhere.
You were like, hey, if I'm supposed to be in this, I'll be in it. That's a really
Yeah.
healthy perspective to have.
And they called me in and I got to read and I was like, well, that's just nice. That's nice. I'm not gonna get it. But how sweet of them to remember this and bring me in. And I really can't ask for more than that because it's probably out of their hands.
But I know nothing about that movie behind the scenes, so
Yeah.
I'm only theorizing. But I have to imagine it was Universal, maybe was a studio.
Yes.
At some point, they're saying we should get Anna Kendrick or whatever. I don't know who
Probably.
the popular people were at that time, but
Yeah.
certainly they were suggesting to fill those slots with a lot of known people, probably.
Right.
And Melissa McCarthy was not one of those people
Yeah.
at that time.
Yeah.
And you were not one of those people.
No.
So who was it that had the integrity that was saying to them, no, it's going to be these? Was it?
I got to think it was Kristen Wiig and Annie Mumolo that
Had
at
written
least,
with her.
you know, at least made the suggestion of, look, we wrote this with these people in mind and you should at least see them.
Yeah.
And
And then probably Judd too knew that was a recipe that had worked for him.
he must have. And Paul, I mean, I got to say they were very fair. They brought in everybody. And so when I kept going back, I thought, again, this is just so nice of them to bring me in here, you know? My grandpa had just died days before. I did not feel funny. I did not want to go in. I almost canceled because I just wasn't feeling it. But again, that's sometimes when you make the biggest breakthroughs is when you don't care.
Yo,
Because you bring nothing into the room that people can pick up on, you know?
I have said that I think auditioning is not unlike dating, which is a healthy dose of I don't need this can go a long way.
It's true.
To being attractive to other people.
Right.
As terrible as that may be.
It isn't, because now when you go into audition, you don't dread it anymore because you release the need to even care. Like, oh, I'm doing a free acting class today.
And it comes in other ways.
Right.
So some of it's like some financial security. Some of it is like other jobs. Some of it for me is like I have kids. Like, okay, if I'm not blank, I'm still a dad, which is probably my number one source of self-esteem. So, how bad can any of this get? All those things are, to me, helpful hijacks of my own fear going into rooms. Right.
Right. So when I went in, I think 3 times, 3 different auditions. And then I get a call. It's Kristen and Annie on the phone. And they said, Wendy, thanks for coming in.
This feels mean.
Yeah. It was really nice. And after they saw everybody, they decided that they want you to do it. I was like, you bitches.
Oh, that's
But
great.
anyway, so that, great. We're going to do it. Okay. That's
You're gonna
again,
go hang
just
out
so
with-
nice of you guys to even think of me.
Well,
I'm
you're
going
going
to
to
hang out.
with 4 friends, right? For a while.
And it was great.
Because it's all Groundlings. 'Cause Maya
Ellie,
too, right?
Ellie was not a Groundling, and neither was Rose Byrne.
Okay.
And
right.
Rose had never done comedy before, and she was great. So, yeah, so that ended up being a nice little turning point. But my manager at the time said, I don't think you should do this movie. I don't think it's funny.
Okay.
He would call me on Ambien or something. He would call me at weird times of the night and just ramble. And he'd call me and he'd say, you know what you need to do? Write a blockbuster movie. I can't think of anything else. That's what you need to do.
Oh my God. What?
And until you do that, I really don't know what we're going to do for you. And you shouldn't do this movie. I don't find it funny. It doesn't resonate with me at all. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, I would put the phone in a drawer, go do something else. I'd take the phone out of the drawer. He'd still be rambling on and on and on. So again, if I had listened to this fool, and I did listen to him for 3 years, thinking he's got a bigger plan. He's got a bigger plan. He didn't have a plan.
Mm-hmm. He's just
He
a
didn't have
normal
a plan.
human being
Just
that was
a-
fallible and just trying his best to.
Well, you're being very nice. I want to say he was a jackalope who was on drugs.
Let's just say he probably wasn't he wasn't nefarious. He didn't wake up and go, "How can I ruin Wendy?" He
No.
just didn't know how the hell.
He just
to
didn't
help
know
you.
what to do.
And then he felt compelled to say words to you,
Yes.
as if he had some plan and fill that space. And also, he couldn't get to sleep, and he needed to take Ambien.
He
and
needed to
built
take
up a
Ambien,
tolerance, and he needed
right.
to take 2 and 3 at a time sometimes.
Yeah, and when we'd have an in-person meeting, he'd run to the bathroom constantly.
Oh, okay. So either IBS or maybe powdering his nose.
Maybe.
We will never know.
We'll never know. We don't need
I
to
wish we
know.
had like a hotline where we could call him and just go, hey, just
Yeah.
want to clear this up because we do not want to misrepresent you. Were you a drug addict or IBS? Those are the only 2 options you can pick. But you shoot the movie and then it comes out, and can we just for a second fawn over Melissa?
Yeah.
Because you and I knew Melissa McCarthy for, at that point, 8 years.
Yeah.
And I knew her to be, because I was in a comedy troupe with her way before we were in the Sunday Company or anything else.
Right.
I knew her to be the funniest human being I'd ever seen in real life.
Yes.
Like in 3D.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I was so excited when she got Gilmore Girls because she like bought a home and had a paycheck, and that was mind blowing.
Oh, yeah. She was always the gold standard because it was like,
Yes.
excuse me, Melissa has 2 couches.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Like every room in her house is a different color.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys get it.
Yeah.
Like she was always, had a fridge full of food, had parties. Like she was doing great.
Oh, she was in high
Always.
cotton.
Yeah.
But there was a part of me that thought, well, this is great. I would kill to be in her position. But part of me also was like, yet there's an injustice happening because she's female Bill Murray and she
Yeah.
might be in a golden cage. She might be trapped in a gold jail cell.
Yeah.
Because she is a comedic franchise just waiting to happen, but it's not going to happen in this lane she's in. So when Bridesmaids came out, I just felt like there was this cosmic justice happened.
Yes. And I remember thinking, wait, why doesn't everybody know she... Wait a minute. You really have never seen her do this before? Like, but taking for granted that,
She had not been given the
she
opportunity
hadn't
to
been
do
given
that.
the opportunity to do that. but we'd seen her on stage and we knew, oh, she's got some stuff up her sleeve. Like people are not, they don't know what she's capable of. So that was kind of cool to see her.
So for me, it was so exciting to watch that explosion.
Yeah.
And likewise, so happy for you because I love you and I'd known you for a decade.
You're so sweet.
It was such a cool thing.
It didn't happen that way for me.
You didn't get $20 million for your next movie?
I didn't.
Oh,
but,
okay. Never mind. I thought you had.
And yet, it's okay. Like, I get by, Dax.
Yeah. You have a beautiful.
No, I do all right.
I don't even know what color to describe it. You have the most uniquely colored Tesla I've ever seen in my life. I can't help it.
Ash green, I'd call it. Like
ash green.
Ashy
like
sage.
a green car that caught on fire and is now ash.
Exactly. Okay. There you go.
So was there any? Okay, so immediately after Bridesmaids, Melissa becomes a gigantic star.
Yes.
Kristen has every offer in the world.
Yeah.
Everyone just explodes. Did you feel like you did not have an explosion after that? And were you at all jealous?
I didn't have the explosion to that degree, but I can't say that I was hurting.
Right.
You know,
you were getting people wanted to meet you and talk to you.
I was doing okay. And it allowed me to fire my reps because they were wrong and had nothing lined up for me. So I got new reps, got that all situated. And I mean, I've worked pretty nonstop. I can't, I'm doing all right.
Absolutely.
I'm happy.
You're the lead of a hit sitcom. I mean, I don't really know what more.
Managed to work out in some weird way. And
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, why wasn't there a Bridesmaids 2? I find it very frustrating that, especially because that happened in an era where you guys could have done 3 and they would have all done well.
Kristen
wasn't up for
didn't want to do it. That's the long and short of it.
And did you ever call her and go like, hey, bro, why not? Let's go have fun.
No, because I know everybody else has done that. And she didn't want to.
Yeah.
And you can't make someone do something that they don't want to do. But yeah, it is weird.
Yeah.
That we haven't. But you know what? Life is long and maybe she'll reconsider. I mean, Anchorman 2 happened 10 years after the fact.
Yeah. Well,
but I don't know.
The whole thing's curious to me. And then it forces me to take on my favorite role, which is armchair psychologist.
Okay.
Because it needs an explanation to me.
Right.
I can't fathom. We all started in the Groundlings. We all want to do comedy. And then you have something that is just a humongous success. And then you go, don't want to do it again. I need an explanation for that. So I just end up coming up with some theories that may or may not hold water.
Let's hear.
Well, I don't know any of this to be true. This is just what I'm thinking. I think it's such a bizarre mental human ego thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like soon as we get the thing we think we want and we don't feel fulfilled, because we've told ourselves, I've told myself, if I ever have the #1 comedy in America that I've written, that'll be the day I love Dax Shepard. I look in the mirror, I go, you motherfucker, look at this guy. You did it. You're great. You're perfect. If you haven't recognized yet that work success won't translate into self-esteem.
Yes. Very, very important, listeners. Listen to Dax right now.
So if you get this #1 movie and all of a sudden you're Kristen and you don't feel fantastic, then you go, oh, I guess I need recognition in a dramatic field. I need to prove myself in a whole other arena that I'm a great actor. And if I do that, then I'm going to feel awesome when I look in the mirror. And so I'm not going to do this comedy thing. And now I'm going to prove that because I already proved I can do that thing and it didn't make me feel good. So now I'm going to prove I can do something else. And I just think that's an incredibly human thing to do. How many actors are like, they become huge actors and like, no, I need to be seen as a musician. I've got to be seen as a serious musician.
Right.
Maybe they're serious musicians. I don't know. But I have to assume some of those people are dealing with, they've told themselves they'd feel a certain way if they achieved X, Y, or Z. And when you do that, you don't feel that way. You've got to try to achieve another thing you think will make you feel that way.
I think that's a very valid theory.
But don't you think it also could just be a real fear that it would get ruined? This thing that ended up pretty perfect.
Mm-hmm.
if she did another one and it was not as good or not as well received or whatever happens, that would diminish the whole thing.
Well, I can definitely believe she thought that. But I don't subscribe to the theory that doing something else can ruin something that already exists.
Right.
I don't believe that. So you could make another movie that didn't live up to that first one, but that second movie might also still be incredibly entertaining.
Yeah.
Smokey and the Bandit 2 is not as good as Smokey and the Bandit 1, but I still love it.
Yeah.
And then in rare case, you make Godfather 2 and it's better than the first one. So sure, you could think that, but I would think that would be a hiccup of thinking as well.
Yeah, I agree. But I do understand this idea of like, she wants the whole conversation to be Bridesmaids was
flawless,
incredible, and took the world by storm. And if there's multiple that aren't as good, then it's like, but the second one was not that good. But that's fine. Like she probably just doesn't want that in the conversation at all.
Okay, but
or it could be that she just was burnt out on it. Because again, we did the first table read in 2007. So by the time we finished up with everything in 2012, it could have been just, I don't want to hear about Bridesmaids animore.
Sure.
I'm sick of it. You know,
there could have been people that she would have been forced to work with on that she no longer wanted to work with. So that's totally plausible. Let me also state, I love Kristen Wiig. I think she's the nicest.
Nobody doesn't love Kristen.
So
she's one of the sweetest people out there.
I'm not accusing her of anything that I would think was a moral judgment of her. I actually think she's phenomenal as a person on top of everything else. But we have a real life example. You can look at Hangover. So I don't share this opinion, but a lot of people didn't like Hangover 2. I actually loved it because I thought the filmmaking was like Michael Mann level brilliant. Third one, I don't think I loved. But regardless, I think in general, people don't think the second and third installments were as good as the first. But I don't think that anyone's then gone back and retroactively said Hangover 1 wasn't brilliant. Have they done that?
Right.
I don't think so, but I could see how Todd Phillips would not like that there were components that were not good when the first one was humongous. I agree with everything you're saying, but I can also see what's happening with the people who've invented this in their brain.
Yes, their little narrative at that moment. Anyways, I think it would have been fun if you guys would all got together and partied again, and everyone made like $40 million. That would have been fun. Making tons of money is fun in my experience.
I've found that to be true in my life as well.
Right?
Yeah.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
Now, how long did you live in the house I used to go to write before you changed? You still live? You don't still live in that house, do you?
We moved a year ago.
A year ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and now we live down the street from that house. Okay. So we still own it. But we live on a hill.
And you've put cameras in it and you're renting it and then voyeuristically watching the tenants live their life.
Yes. It's a great way to live. And I like it because I'm real antisocial, but this makes me feel like I have friends.
Sure. Now, I think I'll go straight to, so Goldbergs.
Yes.
Explain to me how that comes about.
So I had done a recurring role on a show called Rules of Engagement.
David Spade. Oliver Hudson?
Oliver Hudson, yeah.
Beautiful man.
Isn't he a beautiful man?
Oh my God. It's so, I used to hang out with him a lot and we'd play poker and I couldn't concentrate on my hand. I'm
and like, sweet.
Beautiful, nice
and
man.
Funny.
Yeah. So good looking though.
So good looking. It'll hurt your feelings.
It does hurt my feelings.
Seriously.
Like doesn't do his hair. I'm not sure that he shaves or he doesn't care. It doesn't really matter how things lay and fall. He's gorgeous.
Just accidentally sexy.
Yeah.
Just brings it. Oops. Woke up like this. And his new show, what is it called?
Handsome.
Something Splitting Up Together. Handsome USA.
Is it set in Handsomeville, USA?
Yeah, it is. It is. He's the mayor. Okay, so I had done that and I kind of...
Was that multicam?
It was multicam.
Okay.
Which was
had you ever
very
done that
interesting.
Before?
No. So through that...
But did it take you back to Groundlings? I just did it for the first time this year.
I kind of did,
and I love it.
Yeah, like, what? But someone's reacting to what I'm saying? Yeah. This is amazing. And the hours are sweet.
Forget it, yeah.
Really good. But So because of that, I got an offer to do the Goldbergs. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you're just offering it to me? That's nuts. Prior to that, I had done a pilot for ABC with John Leguizamo and Christopher Lloyd. And
21 gigawatts.
Is that the guy?
That's the one. That's the one. That didn't go, but they filmed it twice because they thought, this is a good idea. We love this cast. Let's try it again. But there was nowhere for it to go. But so then I was in the ABC stable of hoes.
Oh, okay. Great.
So then it was like, we got this thing.
Did you have a holding deal with them?
I didn't.
Okay.
I did not.
Okay.
I didn't think that would be a good thing. I think that usually ends up not being great.
Right.
But anyway, so I got the Goldbergs through that. Now, when I was with the agent that told me not to do Bridesmaids, I said, I have this idea for a show that takes place in the 80s. And I pitched him this idea, and he says, no one wants to see that. No one wants to see a show about the 80s. It's too expensive. And it's the 80s, which nobody cares about. So go back to the drawing board.
Okay.
Cut to, here I am on season 6 of a show that takes place in the 80s that seems to be doing all right. So anyway.
When you leave here, will you please give me his number?
I will absolutely name names.
No, I'll tell you why I want his number. Because every time I think of an idea, I'm going to call him and pitch it to him. And if he loves it, I'm going to abandon the idea. And if he hates it, I'm going to dedicate a lot of time to developing it.
I like it.
It sounds like he has the perfect opposite radar for what'll work.
You know what? I think you have a really good theory there.
My uncles had a family friend that was so bad at betting that they literally would wait till he bet on a football team, and then they just always take the opposite. And
really?
Yes, and they did quite well for decades based on betting against, I believe it was Victor.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways,
all right. No, I like that.
He could serve as my Victor in this.
Use everything at your disposal.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All weapons.
And he knows nothing. And I think your instinct is
so
good.
You just got straight a cast and offered to be in the Goldbergs. And did you have any fear of like, wow, okay, this is a big swing. I'm going to be the lead of the show. It'll be my face on the posters. If it tanks, it's all on my shoulders. Any fear like that?
I never thought about that.
Oh, wow.
I never thought about that until into season 1, people started saying that to me.
Oh, saying
like, well, I mean, that's got to feel weird that you're carrying the whole show.
Oh,
And I thought, am I? God, I thought I was having a good time. I don't know. Then I started getting in my head a little bit, but look, it's going to do what it does. I think it's funny.
I think America thinks it's funny, and
it seems to be working. I think it's an ensemble show, really, but yeah, it's funny how you don't think about these things, and then someone gets in your head and then really makes you feel bad, and you don't want to think they're doing it on purpose.
And by the way,
sometimes they are.
They're just transferring their fear to you, which is what I just did. I have that fear of like, oh man, if I'm on all the billboards and everyone knows and then it fails, I'll be so embarrassed. That's my fear.
Oh, wow.
So I'm just asking you if you have a similar fear, but then
I don't, because
infecting you.
No, I feel like if it failed and my name was on the billboard and all of this, it would just go away and no one would think about it anymore.
Well, you're right. That is actually the reality of it all. And then I'll go a step further. How egomaniacal of me to think that the vehicle that isn't the star, that the show's the star, the concept's the star, the writing's the star, the show's the star. Dak Shepard's not the star. He's a part of this thing. And so why would I even take all the credit for it failing? Or
do you do that a lot? Do you find yourself doing that a lot? Do you take yourself to that headspace?
I take myself... the calculation I run through in my head is how am I going to be humiliated in the future?
Okay.
How will I be embarrassed, and how do I head that off in the past?
Okay.
So like, how do I not say something around the bully that's going to give him ammo to come at me? And yes, I have a very defensive, proactively defensive view of the world.
That's so interesting.
It's lessening. It has dissipated with more and more proof that that's not how the world works. Yes, I think a lot of my life has been trying to not give someone ammo to embarrass me or humiliate me or shame me or whatever it is.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Well, you are a many level.
Well, do you have an older?
Person.
You have a younger sibling.
I have a younger sibling. Yeah.
And my brother is a beautiful human being.
Okay.
This is not an assassination on his character, but it is the older brother's job to fucking tease and ridicule you from day one.
Yes.
So I just think as a way of life, I didn't give him any ammo. I wouldn't do anything in front of him that I could potentially fail at and then be embarrassed in front of him or let him make fun of me. So, maybe it's just growing up as the younger brother that I am more careful about when I'm going to put myself out there.
That's so, I'm very surprised to hear this. You're someone that I would never worry about. You know that.
No.
Do you know this about yourself?
No, tell me.
Okay, let me tell you about yourself. This is an observation. Again, I haven't had FaceTime with you in a long time.
Too long.
Working with you at the Groundlings, and again, that was a year and a half that we did that. But it was constant. So you get to know a person. And the way you just spoke about Melissa is the way we all thought about you.
I don't accept that for one second.
I will. Well, I'm going to go further. Dax.
Okay.
That you're the whole package. You know that you're talented. You can write. You've got hustle. You're good looking.
No.
But on top of that, you have that little extra. That little dash of tahini.
Oh,
okay.
Wow.
That,
this is so hard for me to accept.
I've seen people fall in love with you, men and women.
Oh, wow.
Like you weave a spell.
Okay.
And I've seen people like so fall under your spell to where you. How do I want to say this? You're like a wizard. Okay?
Oh,
You're
my
like
goodness.
A wizard.
I'm starting to feel unethical.
Like a charisma wizard.
Like a David Koresh or...
You could start your own religion and people would follow it.
Oh, Jesus.
All right? Everyone would.
Before too.
I would tithe. I'm ready to tithe to you. But...
No, I've never had that image of myself.
You have that little something where you're always going to be okay. And so I'm just surprised that you have an Achilles heel of any sort when it comes to these things, because I always thought like, well, let's see, this punk thing might work out for Dax, but he'll get on a show at some point and maybe he'll do theater for a while. Maybe he'll write some things, but in the end, he could end up being a shark hunter, and that'll be fine too.
That sounds really
because
good,
you have many dimensions, and if anything, I always felt like you might have a hard time picking.
Oh, wow.
Because you're good at so many things. You know this.
Well, listen, all I want in life is to be told basically what you just told me.
Well,
and yet
there
it
you
is
go.
So hard for
and
me to hear
we've
you
recorded
say that.
it.
It's so crazy.
That's
how
crazy
hard.
to me.
Yeah, that's crazy to me too.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah. So because I didn't work for 10 years, I had moved. By the time you and I met and I got punked, I had been out here doing nothing for 10 years. So I had a lot of data to suggest I wasn't going to be okay. Now, I'm fucking
but you
43.
you always had food on the table. You always had money.
You're 100% right. And it took me years. I bet about 5 years ago, I finally said to myself, Jesus, dude, just look at the facts. You're fine. Every year you've made some money. It's going to work out. And now, and also just having to say to myself, you're 43. When are you going to acknowledge it worked out? Like you're going to miss the whole. I really thought, what are you going to wait to your deathbed to look back and go, it worked out all right? But I had to make a choice to start basically making a gratitude list regularly to remind myself, like, no, dude, everything's fine. Don't wait till the end to take your foot off the gas of panic. So anyways, it's bizarre to hear you say that about me, but that was not my opinion.
You've been making it work in one of the most expensive cities in the world.
Right? Yeah.
You're doing fine.
Never been hungry.
In a business where logic does not reign.
Yeah, that's
okay.
true. Yeah.
You're doing great.
We're both doing great.
Yay.
Now, and I feel terrible. I just hijacked the whole thing to make it about me. But
no, you
I want to go to.
You didn't hijack anything.
Now, when you get on the Goldbergs,
yeah.
And how neurotic are you about checking in with what people are thinking about the show? Is that something you suffer from, or did you start maybe where you were neurotic and then you've backed off? Or tell me what you're.
I was neurotic at first.
It's impossible not to be, right?
Because again, everyone sends you.
Oh.
You know,
as if they're doing
everybody's
you a favor.
a cub reporter and they got to send you all their bullshit. You know, reporter. here's this critic said this and this critic said this, and that really was tough. And then you get on Twitter and you engage in the emotional cutting that is Twitter, you know, and now they want you to live tweet with the fans.
Yeah.
But again, if this was all so terrible, I don't have to do it.
Oh, sure.
You know,
well, look, I think, all this goes without saying. You're super grateful to have this crazy rare opportunity, and poor as any of us to deal with any of the stuff. Great. Now, with that said, you're a human being. There's a couple on any given day, 10,000 people casting an opinion about you, how you act, how funny you are, how you look, what your hair looks like, what clothes you're wearing, all these things. Yeah. And you're a human being. It doesn't matter if you have $10 billion in the bank or they gave you a fucking star on the Hollywood Boulevard. Right. That doesn't matter if someone's telling you your hair looks like it's made of straw or something. Yeah. You're just going to go, wait, does my hair look like that? Yeah. I need to really think about that. I have people all the time like tweet me like, your Botox looks terrible. I'm like, what are you talking? You're saying now you're accusing me of that. And then it's like, your fillers are, you've had this, like people accuse me of like plastic surgery. Now I've owned the fact that I had a very comprehensive laser treatment called CO2 laser.
Oh, okay.
Woo. It
takes it down to the studs. You can't even sit next to an open window.
In the car world, we'd call it a frame off restoration. Okay. Yeah, they just burnt my whole face off and said, hopefully it'll heal back normal. So I did have that, and I'll own the shit out of that.
Yeah.
But these other things, people like accuse me of facelifts and stuff, and it hurts my feelings.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm a human, and I think, oh my God, that's what people are saying around town is that I've had a bunch of cosmetic surgery.
No, I wish I could be a strong enough person to say, it doesn't hurt, okay? Because you're just a sad loser.
Yeah.
Hiding behind your keyboard. But yeah, it does hurt. It does hurt. Well, and I wish we weren't there as a society, but that's how people weigh in, and it really stinks.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. So there's this huge positive aspect that all these people follow you, and you can potentially get out things you care about. Like I know you stopped editing that thing in 2012, but that's an issue. Clearly, those issues concern you.
Social justice, yeah,
and you have this platform to put that out, and that's great. And then you got to deal with some of the riffraff that goes along with it. But my thing is like, I'll read something and I'll go, oh, that's ridiculous, right? Like I even had someone, like people also, not as much anymore, but people used to always like maybe accuse me of riding Kristen's coattails or that she made more money than me and as a male. That was so, my ego's so fragile that I would want to respond like, no, I have more money. I mean, literally, I'm contemplating telling strangers that I have more money in the bank account than Kristen 10 years ago. How insane is that? Because I'm so threatened. And then, but I read it and I go, oh, that's stupid. I don't care. But then the test for me is I'm driving by myself 2 hours later and that tweet is in my head. Yeah. I'm rereading it in my head. And I go, I have to admit that this has an effect on me.
Yeah. Or when people say, well, you're childless.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I am.
But that's because
it's not because I'm I am barren and I'm proud of it. No, yeah, and things like that bother me. Why? I consciously chose not to have kids. So why am I upset when someone brings it up?
But soapbox that for a minute for me because I'm guilty of a lot of times on here, I want people like you to have kids. Well, I have them and I fucking love it. Right?
I know you're the best dad.
So it's like, if I have a car I love, I'm like, hey, if you're in the market for a new car, man, this one's great. I'm just going to tell you, like, I happen to get a lot out of this. So as a testimonial that it's fun, I'm going to give it to you.
Okay.
Second is there are people that I respect that I want to populate the earth.
Okay.
So I will often be like kind of trying to nudge the people I think would be good to populate more people.
Okay.
And then in doing so, I must regularly shame people the way you're talking about.
Okay.
So just walk me through what it's like to be a woman in the public eye who doesn't have kids and what.
Yeah, I get so many shady comments from people. Maybe they don't mean it to be that way, but that's how it comes across, because you're starting to get into my family planning sector, which is none of your business. You know what I mean? I have legit never wanted children. I did not play with dolls when I was younger. I thought it was a lot of work. I love kids, but I'm 48 and I feel like I'm too immature.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I read things about like, oh, Diane Keaton adopted her first kid at 50. Maybe at 50, I'll feel like doing that. Maybe there will be some weird revelation and that's what I'll want to do. And I'll do it then. I'm not closed off to that. But I've just never had the urge to have anyone pass through my body.
Right.
And my sister hasn't either.
Mm-hmm.
We're more than happy not having them. I don't feel like anything's missing.
And Armchair psychologize it for me.
Okay.
Tell me, why do you think people do that?
I think some people might do that because it's something they can lord over another person.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like maybe they do it because they think, oh, God, you really can sleep till whenever you want. Like, you
Well,
don't
me,
answer to anybody. Wow, I should have rethought this.
You and Greg could go on vacation.
Fun
You could
thing is,
plan
we
one-
don't.
Well,
But
then fuck. Now I think you really should.
you know,
have
when
kids.
you have parents who are older who need you to be around, you don't get to go off as much as you want to, and that's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, I think
Other than that, I can't.
There's a lot of. I think there's so many layers to it. So I gave you the 2 layers I have, but I also think it is a lever to shame people, to shame women. Weirdly, like I just said, barren, and I guess the equivalent for that for a man is to be seen as impotent. Like that would be the ultimate failure for your gender, is to be impotent, and then likewise to be barren.
Right.
And we just all inherited these 100,000-year-old principles or whatever it is. And then I think there's also, for a certain little subset, there are people that regret they didn't pursue something with all their heart. And then you did, but you don't have kids. And then maybe their justification for why they didn't give their all to something is, well, I had kids and that's more important. So now I feel shitty about that. But I've come up with a way out of it. And now I've got to include you in it.
Right.
To confirm
And imagine
this.
being a child of one of those people where they're like, well, I was going to do this, but then I had kids. And I love them. I love them. They're great. I never regretted it. Such a blessing. Such a blessing. But yeah, had I not had kids, I really would have been on Broadway. Or whatever bullshit things. Like, don't pin that on your kids.
Yeah.
Do not pin that on your kids.
But now let me come even from another angle of it, which is, I have a favorite analogy that I kind of learned maybe in AA, which is I generally only respond to comments that I have a fear of myself.
Okay.
So my example is always like, I could read 1,000 comments on Twitter that all said, Dax, you're too short.
Okay.
I could read 1 billion. It will never bother me because I don't have any fear of being too short. I just know objectively I'm tall. And so when something is bothering me, to me, it's a little bit of a clue of right or wrong. Oh, I must have that fear of myself a little bit. Right. So the Kristen thing, even though I knew at those times, now she does have more money than me, I can own it. At that time when I had more money, the notion that people would think that I didn't and she did is because I put a lot of value on financial security. I think it's a defining characteristic of a man to be self-sufficient. There's all these, I have all this baggage about money and worth, and my real value is tied to my financial value, all these things. So I go, okay, the accusation isn't accurate, but I have some work to do on this topic, or it really wouldn't bother me.
Okay.
So thinking of it in those terms, why would the attack that you're childless even bother you in the slightest? Do you think there's anything that any fear under there that does get triggered? Or is it part of
I think one thing that irks me is, okay, well, I'm going to get shade because I don't have kids, but yet if I had kids, that would possibly cost me jobs because I couldn't leave right away. Like it's the working mom thing. Like have your kids, women have kids, blah, blah, blah. Women have to take care of those kids, and they get problems from their workplace when they have to take off to take the kid to the doctor. And like everything is set up against them, it seems like.
Sure.
But you wish for me to have this. So what is it that I'm expected to do?
I can tell you exactly what would happen if you had two kids, because I have a lot of people on this show. Like Caitlin was here. Caitlin has two kids.
Has two babies, yeah.
The second you have kids and you're a woman, then the question just shifts to, how do you find time? The implication being you're a bad mom because you work too much. So there is no winning the thing.
Yeah.
It's either you don't have kids or you have kids, so you must be a shitty mom because you also work a lot. Yeah. There's really
no way to win. There's going to be some criticism and weird questions no matter what. So I got to do what's good for me and my psyche, which is to not have them.
Right.
Because my heart is not in it.
And yet, you could always borrow mine them for an extended period of time.
And I know they are little angel babies. I know this already.
Oh, mine?
Yes.
Oh, you'd get a bang out of my second one so
really?
much. Oh, we call her Shirley Farley. She's a mix between Chris Farley and Shirley Temple. She's
so
a plus size gal.
Oh, I love her. Yeah.
And she is... I would put her in it.
Farley.
The only woman I've ever met as funny as her is Melissa McCarthy. Like, she can't do anything that's not hysterical, right?
She's
Monica's soulmate.
So special. She's my soulmate.
Really?
Yeah, I love her so much.
I bet she has a trunk full of costumes and wants to put on a show.
Roller suitcase full of costumes going into hotels.
She's changing policies across the country. All of my comedian friends just can't, like, if they're around, they just stare at her. Like, the show's on. We kind of say, we say she's like the star of her own cartoon.
Yeah.
She's
she got a new haircut, and I was like, is it for season 2 of your cartoon show?
And then she's also a fucking asshole because of that. Because she has her own point of view so hardcore, which is what makes her so hysterical.
Right.
And then it's just terrible to deal with when it's bedtime.
Oh,
you don't get it all.
She's not done.
No, she's not done. And she doesn't agree with much that's going on around her, which is why she has that perspective to make fun of it. Anyways,
oh my God,
it's
what a fun kid.
I hope you'll be around her at some point.
Yeah.
So Goldbergs is in its 6th season.
Yeah.
And how many episodes a year do you guys do? 22?
22 to 24.
22 to 24.
Yeah.
And do you, when I was on Parenthood, I don't think I've ever felt safer in my life. I'm a factory worker at heart. I loved going to a place and punching the clock and knowing I'd be going there for 9 months a year.
I love it.
Isn't it great?
Yeah. I love being regimented. There's safety in that structure for me. 3 weeks on, 1 week off. Okay. I can do that.
Yes.
I can do that. 60 hours a week if I have to. Fine.
Yeah.
Fine. Yeah.
And you can actually just plan your life. You can't do that with movies.
No, it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
There's nothing bad about it for me.
Oh, when does that come out, by the way? When do you guys premiere? September 26th.
Yeah.
Did they get later and later every year, or is that in my head?
It seems like they do.
I feel like when I was a kid, shit started in the fall, September 1st.
Right. Yeah, like right when school started, the new shows started. They get later.
I get like 60 Minutes is my big addiction, and
it is?
This time of year I'm like, just get on with it. Do some fucking put a new news story on, and it just I feel like it's getting later and later.
We're getting old, Dax. I think that's what it is.
You know how I know I'm getting old is they show these commercials for Viking cruises on 60 Minutes. And for 30 years of my life, I'm like, who would want to sit on that tiny little boat and float down the Rhine River?
And now
in the last couple of years, I'm like, oh, no walking or standing. Just sit and watch the sights go by. I'm in.
Everything's right there.
Yes. It's just lazy.
Wait, 5-star restaurants.
Oh,
excuse me.
The most you're ever going to have to walk is like 60 feet. It sounds
pretty
heavenly.
damn good to me.
Yeah, because Kristen shot on this huge cruise ship. I think it was like the biggest one in the world.
Yeah.
And well, you had a blast, but I was like, it's a hike to go get coffee. It's like 12 decks up and it's at the aft of the ship.
Oh,
it's too
my
much.
gosh.
Get me on a Viking cruise in a chair, never walk more than 60 feet.
I want a ship on a human scale.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what I want.
I don't need to be on Zeus's ship. Put me on a human ship.
I don't need to be on a floating mall. Who does that?
Yeah, this thing had it had a tidal wave it could generate, like a surfing wave.
It's crazy.
It was incredible.
Nuts.
Well, Wendi, I adore you. I love you. It's
I
really,
adore you.
I have so much fun, and I hope you do too, having been relatively young when we met all these people.
Yeah.
And I wonder if you remember the Academy Awards where Nat and Jim were nominated for writing The Descendants.
Yeah.
Melissa and Octavia were nominated or whatever.
Yeah.
Tate was... His movie was not. It's like
there.
all Groundlings people
And
that we were all starving.
And we were there because we presented.
Yes,
awards
you
that
were
night.
there, and I was like,
it
and
was
there's Wendi.
nuts. It was such a weird full circle moment, and I cried a lot that night. It was
I bet
crazy, but I love watching people succeed. That I came up with. Like, I know how hard everybody works.
Yeah,
and it's so gratifying, and I love it. It's almost like a family member. You know, you're watching them succeed and prosper, and it's like when things go bad for them, I feel it too. And when things go great for them, I'm right there rejoicing, even though I don't get to see hardly anybody anymore. But I still clock everyone, and I just so tickled for everyone's success.
and not to qualify it, but these aren't people who showed up. They were the hottest person in their town. They got off a bus and they were smoking hot, and then they got a fucking lead role in something. Like, if ever there were a group of people who just worked their ass off and forced their way into that place.
And that's what makes it all the sweeter, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that group of people your core social group? Do you have a big social group?
I like we said, I'm down in Long Beach, so my social group is mostly non-actors.
Non-actors, childhood friends?
Childhood friends, high school friends.
And same with Greg?
Same with Greg. Yeah.
Yeah, you have kind of a quiet, non-Hollywoody
I keep
life,
it
right?
real boring.
Keep it nice and boring.
Really boring.
Do you have weird fantasies about anything?
No.
None.
I keep it real boring so that when I go to work, I can go bananas.
Uh-huh.
And then come back and be boring.
Uh-huh.
Just have some nice guacamole and chips. And
Sure. Listen to Pop Some Steely Dan on.
Exactly. See, that's scratching me right where I itched at.
Well, that's what we discovered early on, is that we both love Steely Dan. And
That's
we had
right.
a real great video about trying to get free
Trying
tickets
to win
to
tickets.
Tickets,
Yeah.
And we offered a backstage pass to you. Do you remember that? It was a full access.
All
Including-
access.
And you said, including
a
backstage pass.
Yeah.
All right. I love you, Wendi.
I love you.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for coming on Armchair Expert. And good luck with the season of the Goldbergs. May
Thank
you do
you
that
so
show
much.
for as long as you want to do it.
Oh,
which,
blessings.
20 years, would you like? I want to do 20 on
Sounds
Parenthood.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sign me up. All right. Love you.
Love you.
And now my favorite part of the show, the fact check with my soulmate, Monica Padman. We're coming live from 30 Rock for this fact
That's
check.
right.
This is very exciting, you guys. We're out on a field trip,
Yeah.
and I guess we would spoil who we're going to record with. But again, you could take a pretty good stab at it. Although there are a lot of people that you got
Are up here.
Al Roker.
Yeah, sure.
Could be him.
You got a cast of Saturday Night Live folks.
Whole Saturday Night Live cast. You got James Fallon. You got Cedric Myers.
Yeah.
You got whoever the anchors are of today's show.
Yeah.
Idris Elba and Kerry Russell and Clark Kent.
Yeah.
But at any rate, we are in a conference room. Our guest was nice enough to provide us with a little space because we're on the road. We did some live shows in Brooklyn.
Thanks for coming out to the live shows.
You guys, it never ceases to be the most heart-expanding experience.
Yeah, it's really special.
To sit with the cherries.
Have some cherry time.
The Armchair Army.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of started using Armchair Army.
I like it.
That was suggested, I think, by some more of the dude listeners who would rather be a part of an army than a cherry tree, I guess.
Very stereotypical.
Sure. Bullseyeing the stereotype.
Yeah. It's okay to be a cherry if you're a guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys should just own it.
Own your male cherryism. You could think of your testicles as little cherries.
Sure.
You know?
Sure. But do you think people want to think
I would love to.
Okay.
If I could describe my testicles as cherries, that makes them sound appetizing.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
And non-offensive. Like, ooh, but those things smell nice.
That's true. Tasty,
The
healthy
darker the
treat.
berry, the sweeter the cherry. So, Wendi McLendon-Covey.
Yeah.
Old dear friend of mine.
Yeah. And not very many facts.
Oh, good. Great.
Just a couple.
Truth be told, you were really put under the gun for this, too, because we did 2 shows Saturday night, and then Sunday we recorded a guest, then we saw a magician.
Oh, you guys. It's been a magician-heavy few days for me. I got to see 2 magicians in 3 days. 72 hours. Whew, really did something.
And you got real worked up on
one of
Friday's
them.
magic act. Go ahead. Who was the guy you saw?
His name is Dan White.
Dan White.
The show, it's The Magician at the Nomad Hotel in New York. Very exclusive show.
Okay.
For real. It's very hard to get into. I had my mom throw her weight around to get me a little seat in that show.
Yep. And then there was the wrong day.
Then it was
which happens kind of often with you and Mom. Because Mom also planned a escape room for your birthday one time, and we all went, like 8 of us, and then we got there, and the tickets were for the following weekend or something.
The next day,
the
yeah.
Next day. But then Dad took us all to dinner over at the chateau.
That's right.
We had a nice bolognese.
It always works out. Mm-hmm. It always works out because it comes from such a good place. The intention is so nice that it always works out.
Yep. And you ended up getting into that show.
Correct. I got into that show.
PQs
Should I brag? I'm not going to brag. So yeah, it was full of PQs. He was so many things. He was an amazing magician.
Would you say sexy was number 1?
Yeah. Well, yes. All these things compile up to be very sexy.
Right.
So he was a very good at his craft. Mm-hmm. Incredibly good. He did one trick. I don't think I'm supposed to tell, so I won't. But but it was.
I'll say he cut you in half.
He cut me in half,
juggled your
and
torso.
I'm still in half, and I'm alive. No, he did a few things that were incredible. He was very charming, but not trying too hard. Okay. He wasn't trying
effortlessly charming.
Exactly. He wasn't doing corny jokes. He was just doing amazing jokes.
That's where it gets rough for me.
I know.
In these magic shows, the thing I'm confused about is you have comedy. And then you have magic. I don't know why
you need to combine.
Magic needs to be being funny.
Yeah.
No comedian. Well, I guess some comedians do magic. When they should stop. Whatever comedians are using magic.
Well, look, I get the impulse. You want any show to have some comedy. Any show you're doing ever live.
Anytime you're live on a stage.
Yeah, you want some energy and some comedy, and I get that. But
the ratio is like 1-to-1 at most of these things. You're hearing way more jokes than you're seeing magic tricks, and that should never be the case.
Mm-hmm. I think if people see this show, I really want you to see it so you can understand my love for magicians, because those are the magicians I'm talking about when I say I'm in love with magicians, not the comedy heavy
like a cruise ship.
Correct.
Okay.
So anyway, it was incredible, and if anyone has the opportunity to go see it, you should go see my boyfriend.
Check it out.
That's right. He was so good. Well, how'd we get on the subject of magic?
Well, that you had to do this fact check with very little time.
I did, because we also had a very large week last week, 4 episodes for you cherries and armies.
Yeah, for you soldiers.
Okay, so Reno 911, that's Wendy's show. That is a mockumentary show, okay? It's not a real life cop show. And I know that was a little confusing to some people. Some people thought it was real.
What people?
In the world.
Really?
Well, we talked about that on the episode a little bit.
Those people are smart enough to turn on a TV, but so dumb they can't discern the difference between a show with a bunch of cops in short shorts.
Reno 911 came out, it was sort of one of the first of these like mockumentary style things. So maybe it just threw people for a loop and they just didn't know.
I mean, for those that were super stoned maybe and they're clicking, they're like, oh, this is a funny episode of Cops. And these got crazy short shorts.
But it was parodying Cops.
Yeah,
the
it's a
show.
famous parodying of Cops.
And highly improvised.
Yeah.
Which is fun. That's so fun.
Yeah.
You got to do an improvised show too.
I did?
Punked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You had to
That's
improvise in that.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
You want me to do a scene from Punk?
Yeah. Will you punk me?
Yeah. Hi, I'm here from the IRS. I'm taking your house. You didn't file your taxes.
I did, though.
Oh, okay. Have a good day.
Cool punk.
Cool improv.
You thought my improv was bad?
No, I was commenting on mine.
Oh, I see.
I don't attack you publicly.
Yes, you
Only
do.
in writing.
Yes, you do.
And I deliver them. I mail them to you.
You said that you would like to go if you had a time machine, that you would go back to 1939 and woo my grandma away from my grandpa. But she wasn't even born until 1940.
Oh, okay.
So you'd have to go back to
1958.
Right.
Yeah, I'd do it.
I know you would. And then I would not exist anymore. Think about what you do.
You would be my granddaughter.
No, that's not how biology works. I think you know that.
You'd be 5'9".
It wouldn't be me. You'd frequency our lives. Have you seen that movie?
No.
Oh, fantastic movie.
Okay.
Frequency. Yeah, I can't believe you haven't
John
seen
Cusack?
it. No, it had who was that?
B. Arthur?
Guy. No, I'm thinking Dennis Quaid.
Oh, D. Quaid.
It had Dennis
Randy's
Quaid.
brother.
Also known as Randy's brother, Dennis Quaid. He was in it, and it was great. It was like about this boy who could talk through this radio.
Yep. He was communicating with
his dead father
over a ham radio.
Yes, and then
shortwave radio.
And it's like, do you if you tell him you're gonna die? If you go fight this fire, he was a fireman, looked the part, great casting, then you change the course of everything.
Yeah.
And not necessarily for the better.
The butterfly effect.
Butterfly effect, sliding doors. There's been many movies about
explorations
this.
of this. Yeah, people are obsessed with what would change.
I'm kind of obsessed with it. Anyway, if you moved in with my grandma, I wouldn't be here. My mom wouldn't.
What if I just had an affair with her?
My dad wouldn't be here. It would probably still change things.
I don't know.
We don't know. We'll never know.
What if I already did this? What if, unbeknownst to you, in 2031, they invent a time machine? And I've already done this. I had an affair with grandma.
Okay.
And you're still here and I'm still here. There's no way to say that hasn't happened.
You're right. And then we haven't. So we're still in that life, though?
No, it already looped through. Because if in 2031 I go back to 1958,
yeah,
I've already done it.
I know, but you already did it. Oh, and then you came back?
Yeah, of course. I'm not going to stay forever.
But so you came back to 1931 and then you went back to 2018.
You've
been traveling all over?
No. I went from 2031
to
1958.
Yes.
Partied with your grandma for like a year.
Great.
Then when I thought I was going to get like, I don't want to ruin her marriage because I don't want to fuck up Monica being born. Then I went back to 2031.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm there.
But you're also here.
I know.
So you can't
don't disappear.
No, you can't split your body.
But I never would. Think about this. In 10 years, they invent a time machine.
Yeah.
Dax gets in it. He goes back to 1958.
Yeah.
Yeah, has an affair with your mother.
But you'd age. You'd be dead by, or you'd be you'd be.
No, I returned to 2031 after I've had an affair.
You're living this current existence.
If in 2031 I take a time machine to 1958.
Oh, I see.
It's already happened.
So we
Even
just haven't
today.
gotten there yet.
We haven't gotten to 2031.
Right.
But if, in fact, I go in 2031 back to 1958, that means that right now in this current time and space, I've already gone back to 1958.
Okay, yeah, I guess I see.
That's tricky. So what I'm saying is it's already happened. Everything worked out.
Okay.
Rest easy.
Great. Okay. Oh, you said the Matrix metaphor, take the green pill. But there's no green pill. There's a blue pill and a red pill. Okay. The terms popularized in science fiction culture are derived from the 1999 film The Matrix. In the film, the main character Neo was offered the choice between a red pill and a blue pill by rebel leader Morpheus. The red pill represented an uncertain future. It would free him from the enslaving control of the machine, generated dream world, and allow him to escape into the real world. But living the truth of reality is harsher and more difficult. On the other hand, the blue pill represented a beautiful prison. It would lead him back to ignorance, living in confined comfort without want or fear within the simulated reality of the Matrix. What would you pick?
Well, I already took the red pill a long time ago, so now I would take the blue pill.
You took the red pill when you were visiting my grandma?
No, I think definitely the blue pills allowed me to go back and date your grandma, because only in a simulated world would someone have created time travel and allowed me to go date your grandma. So that's definitely, at some point I take the blue pill. But I think currently I'm on the red pill.
Why do you think
I'm going to
that?
switch prescriptions.
Why do you think you're living in a red pill?
Because I think I'm living in reality.
You do, even though your life's so fantastic.
If I'm in a simulation, they give me arthritis. I just feel like why did they do that? But I mean, maybe that's part of it.
They gave you arthritis. Look at the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, the rest of my life is fantastic.
Yeah.
My life is very blue pillish.
Yes.
Yes, but nearly dying a bunch of times and stuff makes you feel red pilly.
And then not.
And then not.
I can't believe you think you're living the red pill.
I do. I think I'm in reality. I don't think I'm in a virtual reality. I'm not Elon Musk. So I've taken the blue pill, but you've taken the red pill?
No, I've
yours too.
I'm definitely taking the blue pill.
Okay.
My life's great.
Okay, as long as you think we were on the same pills, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, we are. We're both living in a very privileged matrix.
One time I got my stepfather so upset. A couple Christmases ago, we were talking about like the apocalypse, because they're very mild preppers. My mom and my stepdad they've got like, a couple 100 gallons of water and some grain and stuff.
Okay.
And they were kind of telling me about their supplies and whatnot. And I said, I'm out. If there's an apocalypse, I'm out. I'm not going to wander the fucking countryside trying to defend my family from roving rapist marauders. Why would I even want, I've had a great life. Yeah. I'll just end it day of the apocalypse.
Yeah.
I don't need to stick around and prove that I could fend for my survival and be absolutely miserable and watch my children get harmed.
But you would do it. You would do it to protect your kids if they didn't want to die.
We would all take the blue pill.
Well, you can't. No.
Yes.
You can't tell them to end their life.
Well, if I could sell them all on it, like, hey, you guys, let's all take this blue pill. Let's lay on the ground and hold hands.
Right.
And let's just peacefully avoid all the rape and abuse and confinement and starvation. Why go through that? Why?
I know.
It's kind of like, how about this? You know what the exact equivalent is? Is you go to a restaurant and you have the best meal of your life. Mm-hmm. And then at the end they go, now here's a plate of shit. Take a bite of that. And you go, why? And you go, because that's what's next. Just because that's what's next doesn't mean you should do it.
This is what it
and
is.
You'll no longer be able to taste that delicious meal because you'll have a shit taste in your mouth.
But here's a plate of shit. If you eat it and get through it, there might be a better plate of pasta after, or
there's not. If this world collapses, we won't rebuild civilization in my remaining 20 years. It'll just be a long plate of shit. And at the end of all that, I'll go, you know what? I should have quit when the fucking creme brulee came out. I should have had the creme brulee and just exited.
Well, I don't.
Why did I stick around to eat shit for 20 years? Yeah. It's because we're obsessed with longevity. We measure lives that way. Like,
no, I don't think it's that. I think people have a hard
time with suicide.
Yeah, I do.
Suicide is painless. That's the MASH song.
I don't know it. Oh, it's the MASH theme. Maybe this is also why it's weird when you're singing, because sometimes I'll ask you something and you won't stop singing. You keep going till you're done.
Well, I think a few more bars and you'll remember the song, and then your question will be answered. But that doesn't seem to happen often. So maybe I should change my approach.
Well, and then what was my question? I don't even remember it, but it was, I said, is that the MASH theme song?
O'Reilly.
Good God.
That was the MASH theme song on the TV show. Yes, Monica.
Okay. We could talk about your laser procedure if we want.
Okay, did that come up on yeah, so I had this thing. Didn't I say it though in the thing? I had a thing called CO2 laser.
CO2 laser. Tell us about it.
It's the most powerful O'Reilly.
Oh,
sorry, we just ate a lot of pizza. So CO2 laser, which is like 1,000 times stronger than the red or green or whatever average laser someone's getting. I mean, they blasted my face off.
I had the opportunity to see it, and I can confirm. I can confirm that you lost your face.
It was incredible.
It was so crazy.
I look like Mickey Rourke when he played the monster in Sin City. Like, my face swelled up so bad the next day. It looked like I'd just been hit with a baseball bat 1,000 times.
Yeah.
It like swelled up, and then the swelling went down.
And then you look normal again.
And then I look normal, but my skin's still red around my eyes, which a lot of people commented on pictures. But you know what? I just can't take the time to explain it to everyone who's asked what happened to my eyes. So don't feel bad. It's just I can't spend my day like explaining the CO2 light procedure, laser beam procedure.
Yeah.
But what's funny is when I looked at the before and after, I'm like, oh, these people look great. And then the doctor rightly said, some people stay red for 6-7 months. And I'm like, some people? I ain't some people. I'll be fine in a week. Guess what? I am some people.
Oh, so she said.
Oh, yeah. This is, I'm like on the bad end of how long it takes for the redness to go away.
Got it.
Yeah.
It doesn't, to me, it looks normal.
Well, you look at me a lot.
Yeah, I do. Even I started to get used to your face looking all swollen.
That was disturbing for you and the children, really.
It really, we'll never post a picture, but it.
But I have one.
we don't need to post it, but.
That would be a really good step for my self-evolvement, is if I was willing to post that picture. Like, that would be the day that my self-esteem was finally
perfect
in an optimal range.
But you don't look. But it was for 3 days.
Yeah,
right?
I don't even think
you don't look like that. So it's kind of I don't really know if it's the cure you're thinking.
Also, you might not be able to unsee that photo. It could jeopardize the rest of my acting career. But every time I come in, I look like a waterlogged monster.
It was really interesting. It was really.
You know what's fun though is there's all kinds of things you could probably knee jerk say, like, why do that? Why are you so vain? That's all fair. But I enjoy the experience of change. Mm-hmm. Like, I felt like a different person for 3 days, a monster.
Yeah.
And it was fun. I like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You
liked it?
Yeah.
I feel like you didn't like it.
Maybe I didn't like it, but I like that I didn't like it.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I understand that.
Can't really articulate it, but.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about this the other day. I think you also like seeing like the capacity of the human body.
I do. I like
really pushing it to different levels.
That's right. I do.
All right, you said that you think TV shows are starting later and later now because her show premieres at the end of September, right around now.
Uh-huh.
And you were like, when I was a baby, a little baby, the TV shows would start earlier. And so I did some research.
Great.
Friends premiered on September 22nd, also late September.
Yeah, third week.
Seinfeld premiered on July 5th. Now that seems like an anomaly, okay?
Yeah, that's what we'd call an outlier in the data.
Correct.
The data.
Now, Silver Spoons, now we're in your range, premiered September 25th.
Bonkers.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Party of Five.
I'm so glad you chose my shows. That was really thoughtful.
They premiered on September 12th.
Well, okay. Now that's kind of a compromise.
Yeah. So it's kind of all over
the map.
Willy-nilly. Wishy-washy.
But Good Place is premiering the 27th or some shit. Well, that's damns near October.
But 25th for Friends. I'm sorry, 22nd for Friends, 25th for Silver Spoons.
Those are all 3-week.
We're now in the 4th week of September. We're almost to October. I wonder if for them that's the cutoff.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okie dokie. I think
that rounds out the facts.
That's it. That's it.
That's it?
Yep.
I love you. I'm having so much fun with you and Rob in New York.
Yeah, me too.
Feel very lucky.
Me too.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.